Hi friend, my name's Sophie and welcome to your practice. We're going to be moving through a full body vinyasa flow, but focusing on forward folds. Forward folds are really lovely because they can be really calm and quiet and introspective. And if we learn to do them right and we really start to open up the body in a way that we can move into forward folds, then we can get a lot out of it. So we'll be kind of going through the mechanics of that and exploring deeper into that. If you have props like 2 blocks, I highly recommend having them nearby just in case, but I'm going to be showing you the practice without any props today. We're going to get started in a child's pose position. So bring your feet together, your knees wide, walk your hands forward and rest your forehead on the earth. And instead of reaching the arms as far as forward as you can, let them relax for a moment. Just let the elbows bend a little bit. And check in with yourself and notice where you're at right now in this moment. As you arrive to your mat, we know that coming to the mat, rolling out the mat, and deciding to practice is the hardest part. So you've gotten through the hardest part and now you're here. Let's settle into the breath. And start to activate Ujjayi breath, where you're breathing in through the nose and out of the nose, but you're imagining like you're fogging up a mirror, but with the lips closed on the exhale. So it's sort of that restriction of the back of the throat, which ironically makes the breath longer and deeper. Take one more breath like that. Continue to breathe in Ujjayi, but walk your hands up and come up into tabletop. Once you're in tabletop, we're going to go into funky cat-cows, we'll call it. So reach your right leg straight back behind you. And then what we don't usually do is we take the leg up and arch the back. We usually say not to do this when we're trying to lengthen. But right now we're trying to do cow pose. And then on exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest and round your spine for cat. Inhale, extend the leg back, open your chest for cow. And exhale, knee in towards your chest. So what we're doing here is we're flexing at the right hip joint. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, round. And that flexion is really important for forward folding. Now take your leg straight back behind you into your neutral spine. And draw the low ribs gently inwards. Feel how your shoulders move away from the ground. Reach your left arm forward. Good, inhale. Exhale, knee in towards your chest, or knee in towards your elbow, my bad. And then again, inhale, extend and reach everything. And again, knee towards elbow. So still creating that flexion in that right hip. And inhale, extend. This is our last one. Exhale, knee in to elbow. Inhale, extend, and put your hand and knee down onto the ground. Then take your left foot out to the left and extend your right leg straight back behind you. So you're in a modified side plank facing the right side. Reach your right arm over your ear, stretching through the right side body. Make sure that you're not overarching the back, that you're drawing the left side of your rib cage gently inwards. And then reach your right arm up and put your right toes behind you. Imagine like you're doing wild thing with your right leg. And now you can open your chest to the sky. Breathe into the front of the body. It's like kind of like a modified wild thing. And let's put the right foot back where it started, reach the right arm up, and put your hand and knee back down onto the ground. Breath in, and breath out. Settle into your body. Then take your left leg straight back. And now lift it up and take a little arch of the back. Be gentle. It's the beginning of practice. We're not trying to hurt the body at all. And bring your knee in towards your chest. Round, involve your neck. So chin down towards the chest. Inhale, extend. Lift your leg up, arch your back. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, extend and lift. Last one. Exhale, knee in towards the chest. Then extend your left leg straight back, neutral spine. Draw your belly in. Reach your right arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Find that stability through your body. Inhale, extend, reach. Exhale, together. Inhale, extend. You're still doing your Ujjayi breath if you can. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Inhale, extend. And on exhale, hand and knee go back to the ground. Bring your right foot out to the right. Extend your left leg straight back behind you. Modified side plank. Reach your left arm over your ear. Press into the bottom of your left foot. And then extend your left arm straight up, and left foot goes behind you. So you're in a modified wild thing, and you open, maybe rotate your right rib cage towards the left rib cage. And then put your left foot back where it started. Reach your left arm up, inhale. Exhale, tabletop. Good. Now, walk your hands back and sit back on your heels. We were just on the wrists for a little bit, so let's shake out those wrists. And let's bring the backs of the hands together with the fingers facing up. And press the knuckles in towards each other to stretch your wrists. And forward folds are really nice for the nerves, right? They're really good for the nervous system. When we do fold, we are stimulating the nerves and calming the central nervous system. It's also really nice if you have some neck pain to give that neck a rest when we fold. So let's shake out those wrists. Maybe circle them around. And then come into downward facing dog. Now, our down dog today will be a little different for just for right now. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. If you have an extra wide mat like me, then it's not going to be as wide as your mat. You're going to have your feet like a little wider than your hips. And then try to get your heels towards the earth. And that might mean you bring your feet a little closer. And I want you to notice here that we're creating a lot of flexion. We're flexing the hips. The hip bone comes towards the femur bone on the front of the thigh. Take another breath here, Ujjayi. Nice, strong, slow breaths. And then shift forward to plank. So you might have to bring your feet back a little bit. You're in a nice, strong plank position. Shift forward, so your toes are kind of shifting forward, and lower down to the ground. Go slow. And keep your hands under the shoulders and lift up for cobra. Shoulders back and down. Press your pelvis towards the earth. Tuck your tailbone a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Tuck your toes. Press up to plank. One straight line. Downward facing dog. All right, walk your feet up to your hands. And when you get there, half lift and exhale, fold. Let's take ragdoll, my favorite forward fold. Take your feet wide, grab onto your elbows, bend your knees. Shift your weight forwards and backwards. And then maybe side to side. And then release your hands down to the ground. And press into the feet and slowly stand up, vertebrae by vertebrae. When you get to the top, When you get to the top, roll your shoulders back and down and slide your feet to hip distance. Arms down by your sides. Spread your toes. Reach your arms to the sky. Inhale. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, bend at the waist. Your spine is long. And then once you reach all the way down, then you can relax your head. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back to plank. We're going to move through one sun A. Shift forward, lower down halfway. Lift up for up dog or cobra, your choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Walk your feet up to your hands or hop if you like. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand. Reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Dive forward, and you're going from the hips. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, step your left foot back behind. Low lunge. Slide your right foot over to the right for lizard. If you've been taking my classes, you can probably tell this is one of my favorite poses. Let's take a moment to move around. Keep some length in your spine though, rather than rounding the upper back. Trying to pull the shoulders back. And then gently put the knee down. And we're just going to reach the right arm up for 2 breaths here, just to get a little rotation. Take an inhale. And exhale, put your hands down to the ground. Slide your right foot between your hands. Lift your back knee. And straighten your right leg. So it's a modified pyramid pose. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen, lengthen. Let's stay here for a couple breaths. I want you to think about cobra pose where you were lifting through the heart. Might feel a little uncomfortable to do that here, but just do that to the best of your ability. Good. So this is kind of like the extreme version of us lengthening the spine within the fold. Now I want you to let go of that a little bit, where your head can relax, but your lower back is still extending. So you're not like completely rounding into it. There's still an element of tilting the pelvis forward. Rebend your knee, come back into lunge, and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Half lift again on your inhale, and step your right foot back on your exhale. Slide your left foot over to the left. We're coming into lizard. Plant your hands and move around. Get into those hips. And then set your back knee down on the ground. Plant the right hand and extend the left arm to the sky, moving slowly. Twist from the base of your spine. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down onto the ground. Slide your foot between your hands and come up onto your fingertips. And lift your back knee and straighten your left leg. So lengthen like you're doing a half lift and pull the left hip back. Make sure that you're just looking down so your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. Your chin is down. Extend through the spine. Do a little bit of a back bend. So there's always a little bit of that back bend within the fold. Then maintain that length, but then relax the head a little bit. So it's kind of like we're finding a happy medium between rounding the back and extending it. So we're not too rigid, but we're not too rounded either. Bend your knee and lengthen and step to the front of the mat. Lift up halfway, fold forward. Stand and reach your arms to the sky. Inhale. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Arms down by your sides. Lift the arms up again and lift your left leg up into a one-legged mountain. Slowly step back into high lunge. And once you get to high lunge, bring your hands behind your head. We're going to build a little strength here in the legs. So lower the back knee down to hover off the ground and hold. And then rise back up and straighten both legs. And bend your right knee, lower down, hover and hold. Rise back up. And one more time, lower down, hold. Rise back up, reach your arms up, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Soften the shoulders, bend deep into your right knee. And then put your right forearm on your right thigh and take your left arm over your ear. Good, now stay where you are. I'm just turning to face you because what we're doing next is a little variation. Take your right arm across the front of your body. So it's reaching back towards your left toes. Your arms are reaching in opposite directions and you're rotating your rib cage to the sky. Then rise up to reverse warrior and do a similar thing. Left arm crosses the front of the body. Right arm reaches back. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Low lunge. Nice. Take a breath in and breath out. Keep your left fingertips down. Extend your right arm up. Rotate open to the right. Feel how there's more length when you just have your left fingertips down. It's like you can reach the ceiling a little bit more. Inhale. And exhale, put your hands down onto the ground. Come into standing split. Lift your back leg up. We're folding here in our standing split. But square your hips. Rather than lifting and opening the hip to the left, we want to keep the hips squared and then lift from there, lifting from the muscles of the left leg, the upper left leg. Inhale, feet together, exhale, fold. Good, inhale halfway. And exhale, hinge more from the hips as you fold and shift your weight a little bit into your toes. Good, inhale, stand, reach up. Stay here, exhale. Lift your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, slowly step back into high lunge. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace them. Lower the back knee so you're hovering. And then rise back up, straighten both legs. Bend the knees, lower the back knee, hover. Rise back up. And again, lower down. This is our last one. And as you stand, reach your arms all the way up, straighten both legs and open up to warrior two. Breath in and breath out. Put your left forearm on your left thigh. Reach your right arm over your ear. And then reach your left arm across the body so it really increases the challenge there when we're forced to use only our lower body to hold us up. One more breath, rotate to the sky. Rise up to reverse. Right arm crosses the front of the body. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground, low lunge. Keep your right fingertips down, extend your left arm up. Firm up through that back leg, the back thigh muscles. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down. And then we're going to come into standing split. Lift your right leg up. Square those hips, draw the left hip back. Lift through the right hip muscles, lift that leg. Inhale. And exhale, bring the feet together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Reach your arms up. Let's keep flowing. Lift the left leg up. Step back to high lunge. Pause here. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Reach forward. Put your right hand inside of your right foot on the ground. Reach your left arm up. So a little bit of a deeper side angle. Bend more into your right knee and wrap your right outer hip muscles, outer thigh muscles, underneath of you towards the left side of the mat. Good. Strengthen through your back thigh muscles and see if you can pull your back thigh in towards the midline more, towards the front of the mat. Reach the left arm over the ear. And then rise up to warrior two. Straighten the leg, put your hands on your hips. Goddess pose, so you're facing the left side of your mat. Turn the toes out and the heels in. You might have to bring your feet a little closer. Bend your knees and bring your hands to your heart. And then bring your arms out to cactus when you're ready. See if you can draw the tailbone down just a little bit. Get lower. Trust yourself. Lift the inner arches of the feet. You got it. For 3, get lower. 2, 1, stand up, put the hands on the hips. Turn the heels out a little bit more, toes slightly in. Inhale. And exhale, we fold down. Keep the spine long, spine long, spine long. Hands to the ground. So no rounding. So that might look different for different people. So go as far as you can without rounding the upper back. When you can't go forward anymore, relax a little bit into it. Same principle as our other folds. You can grab onto the outer edges of your feet if you'd like. And lift your glute muscles up. You can feel the hamstrings and glutes engage. And that's continuing to help us tilt the pelvis forward. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. Walk the hands to the front of the mat until you're in low lunge. And set your back knee down on the ground and reach your arms up to the sky. If the right hip juts out to the right, draw it in. So we're kind of like bringing everything in, so everything's more integrated in this practice. Grab onto your left wrist and go up and over to the right side. At the same time, hugging the hips in towards each other. Then reach your arms back up, inhale. Back bend a little bit. And exhale, bring your hands down to the ground into low lunge. Lift your back knee. Step your back foot up and in so you're in pyramid pose with your legs. So your left toes turn out to the left, kind of similar to warrior one legs. Then put your hands onto your hips. Lift up halfway. So your spine is long, your right hip pulls back. And then stand all the way up. Take your arms out wide. And then rotate the arms inwards so the thumbs face down. And bring the hands behind you. You can either go into reverse prayer or you can bring 2 fists together. So reverse prayer, your palms will be touching. Fingers facing up, your pinky fingers touching your back. Draw your shoulders back. Inhale. And exhale, fold over your right leg. Lift up halfway and then stand all the way back up. Take your time with it and release your arms. Reach your arms straight up. And then start to lean forward and come into a warrior 3. Lift your back leg up. Stand out of your right hip a little bit more. Notice how that changes the alignment. Now we're going to stand all the way up and take the left leg with us for one-legged mountain. One leg mountain. With your both hands, grab onto your left foot if you can. And then extend your left leg straight forward. Modify as needed. You can extend the leg without even grabbing onto your foot. Good. If you're here, maybe then you fold forward. So you want to keep your leg where it is, but your upper body comes towards your leg, not the other way around. Draw the shoulders back and down. Hinge forward from your hips, and then you can round a little in your upper back. Just a little. Beautiful. Let's come upright. Keep the leg lifted, but release your hands. Bend your knee. Now interlace your hands around the front of your knee. Point your left toes down. And do a little back bend here. So kind of the opposite of what we just did. Nothing major, just a little back bend. Open your heart. Push the chest forward. Good, then come upright and release your foot down. Ooh, that was a lot on the right leg. Shake it out. Wiggle it out. We'll switch sides. I hope you had just as much fun as I did on that first side. Fun is relative, right? Lift your right leg up. One leg mountain. Let's reach the arms up also. Step your foot back to high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Reach forward, put your left fingertips down, reach your right arm up. Now again, bend into your left knee so that your hips shift towards the front. It's almost as if your tailbone is kind of drawing downwards a little bit. So everything is contained. Reach your right arm over your ear. Press your knee in towards your arm. Spread your toes, find that length. Reach your right arm back up and rise up to warrior two. And then straighten the leg and put your hands on your hips. And we're coming into goddess. Toes out, heels in. Sit low. Interlace your hands. Flip your palms up, because why not? Make it harder with the upper body. It won't be forever. Stay with me. Get low. Don't give up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand. Woo. Heels out. Legs straight. For Prasarita Padottanasana, but let's interlace the hands. Open up the heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Arms up and over. Release your arms down to the ground and lift up halfway. Walk your hands over to the front of the mat, low lunge, and set your back knee down. Reach your arms up. Grab onto your right wrist and take a side bend to the left. Draw the left hip in a little and reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down on the ground. Lift your back knee. And straighten your left leg and come into pyramid, so your back foot comes up and in. Then your hands go onto your hips. Lift up halfway. And stand all the way up. Take your arms wide. Thumbs face down as you rotate the arms in. And then hands behind, and either your fists come together or come into reverse prayer and slide your pinkies up your back and see if you can draw your low ribs and knit your low ribs in a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Take your time. Allow things to get quiet for a moment in your fold. And press into your foot, stand back up through halfway lift and then all the way up. And release your arms. Reach your arms up. Bend your left knee a little bit as you start to lean forward and then come into warrior 3. Stand out of your left hip. Reach your right heel back. Right foot is flexed. Then we're going to stand all the way up. Take the right leg with you. One-legged mountain. Grab onto the edges of your foot. Yeah, the outer edges with your hands. Slowly extend your right leg forward. Shoulders back. Make sure the leg doesn't lift too high because you're folding. I keep saying rounding, but we're folding from the upper body. And at the last moment, then you can round a little. If you fall, it's okay. And slowly come back up. Release your hands, but keep the leg lifted. Bend your knee, almost there. Interlace the hands around the top of the shin, around the knee. Right foot, right toes point down. Little back bend, tiny back bend. And then come upright and release your foot down. Ooh, shake it out again. And then stand at the front of your mat, reach your arms up, and then fold forward. We're going to take the feet a little wider than hip distance. With your peace fingers, grab onto your big toes, lengthen your spine, flat back, and then fold, take the elbows wide, fold. Imagine like you're trying to show off your back muscles to somebody standing in front of you. So you're spreading the shoulders wide. The knees have a micro bend to them. And every time you exhale, there's space to fold a little deeper. And the belly draws in, it gives you space to go deeper. Release your fingers, lift up halfway, and step back into plank. And hold here. Put your right fingertips behind your head. One arm plank. Extend your right arm straight out to the side. Put your right fingertips behind the head and set your hand back down. Left fingertips behind the head. Extend your left arm straight out. Fingertips behind the head. And put your hand down. Good. Set your knees down. And child's pose. So back to kind of how we started in child's. Start to walk the hands back up. Let's transition into a seat. And then let's do reverse table. So you're going to have your feet flat on the ground, hands behind you. And kind of, it's counter stretching all the folding we already did. So lift the hips and extend, open. Keep lifting for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Put your butt down on the ground. Take your legs straight out in front of you. Now we'll do another fold. Yay. Bend the knees a little bit. Reach the arms up. Inhale. And exhale, reach forward, grab onto your feet or your ankles, whatever's easiest. And lengthen again. So, no rounding in the back right now. Plug the shoulders back. Look straight forward. See if you can get a little bit more tilt in the pelvis. And then fold more. Go more forward. Now you can round the upper back a little bit more. So you can see that the fold started with a lot of length, a little bit of rigidity, and then it softened a bit. Start to come back up into all the way up into staff pose. Sit tall and lay down onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. And rock side to side. Bring your feet down to the ground and feet together, knees wide. So let's get some nice opening after we've been folding and flexing the hips. Take your arms overhead, grab onto your elbows. And just experience the waves of the breath moving through you, moving the body, moving the belly. Gently bring the knees up and bring your right knee into your chest and interlace your hands around the knee and extend your left leg long. Bring the right knee over to the left side for a twist, right arm out to the right. Maybe move your left shoulder to the left a little more to get more space for your right shoulder to reach down towards the ground. Think about drawing your right hip down and forward, like away from you. You're moving your right hip away from you. And bring your knee back in towards your chest. Hug it in. And switch sides. Left knee in. Dexter's very involved in this practice today, if you're even watching. If you can do the practice of just listening most of the time, then I highly encourage it. And bring the knee over to the right side. So we're coming into our supine twist. Although it might be hard to not watch when there's a cute cat on the screen. Well, I think he's cute anyway. Slide your right shoulder a little bit over to the right and create more space for your back to become flush to the ground. See if you can anchor. Whoops, sorry, I don't know if you could hear that, but Dexter just licked the microphone. Okay, anchor your left hip forward and down. And take one more breath. Soften the body on the exhale. And bring your knee back into your chest. And bring both knees in. Give them a squeeze. And take happy baby or anything else that you'd like to take. This is the beauty of a home practice, is you can really make this your own without worrying about anybody else. When you're in your happy baby, tilt the pelvis forward a little bit to get the lower back and the lower part of the pelvis flush to the earth. And then release your legs all the way down to the ground. Shavasana, arms down by your sides. Feel free to close your eyes and take any last little adjustments that you need to feel nice and open, to quiet the mind and rest in stillness and awareness. And let go. Just continue to fully let go. And I will guide you back in just a moment. start to deepen the breath. Start to bring movement back into your body. Slowly bend one knee at a time. Feel the bottoms of the feet imprinted on the earth as you place them down. Bring the knees into the chest. Make your way on up to a seat. And sit tall. And take a breath in and out. And bring the palms together. Thank you so much for practicing. Let's bow together in gratitude for this beautiful practice. Thank you, thank you. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Give it a like, or most importantly, subscribe to the channel so that you can continue to get notified when there are new videos, and I upload them a lot. So stay tuned, and I can't wait to practice with you again. Dexter and I will see you next time.